Awesome. I guess the my last video got 300 views because you're watching a fuel pump installation video. So, like I said in the last video, if you didn't watch it, you should. It goes along with the story of why I'm even changing the fuel pump, so you'll know what's going on. But yeah, I've got this fuel pump on the eBay, and Partzilla wanted $260 something for it. I found it on eBay. I think it was $117 before tax. So, but what we're gonna do, because once again, if you watch my last video, you know how I've got this thing rigged up to run right now, and I don't want to disturb that if this thing is not going to work. So I'm going to plug this in. I'm going to pipe some hoses from this, and I'm going to start my bike, and this thing better pump. If it pumps, then we're going to install it in the bike. I thought about whether I'm going to go over taking off all the plastics to get to the fuel pump, and I still don't know whether I'm going to tape all that and film it or not. So still up in the air, but it just takes me longer to do anything if I'm filming, of course. So that's what we're going to do. Give me a second, stand by. Let me get everything ready and plugged in and linked up, and we'll install this bad boy. Alright, so when I installed this pump, let me see if I can even get you a little bit closer here. When I installed this pump, I didn't want to mess the factory plug up because I left the fuel pump in there, and my thought was if this aftermarket fuel pump ever failed, I've still got everything in here and I can hook up my factory pump. Well, after 4 years of not running, I hooked it up, and I even tried priming it with fuel, and I got it to work for a minute or two, but it wouldn't stay working. So that's why I went back to this and the switch. So I took a terminal and just went on the hot side of the plug. So I've just got this terminal here. I unplugged that from the factory plug, and I can just plug in my fuel pump. Not a problem. So if you didn't watch the last video, which I keep saying that, but this is what I got hooked up. When I'm at idle, I ain't got no fuel going. Off idle, I do. That runs my fuel pump because it's aftermarket and it was overpressure and at idle. So once again, watch my last video. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to take this plastic ring off, this piece right here. I'm going to take it off. There's 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 screws off that. I'm going to take that off. Stand by. You can have these screws. I do use a magnet and a screwdriver. I'll go down there and get the screw pretty much all the way out. Drop the screwdriver, and now it goes. And then pull the screw out with your magnet. Okay, so that piece is out. Now I can plug this into here. Well, it plugged in. I guess that'd be one good sign. Trying to tell here. The wires are in the same spot that they are on the factory one. Of course, they're just different colors. So now I'm going to put a fuel line on here. I'm going to... Oh. It's got some kind of... It's like an oil in there. I'm going to stick that in a fuel tank, fuel jug, and I'm going to start the bike and see if it pumps. Stand by. Alright. I think you can see what's going on here. I've got my inline going into the gas can. And I got my outline right here. I need a way to clamp that. It's not wanting to stay down there. So let me look here, see what I got. I got both of them clamped in there. Okay, keys on. I'm gonna start it up here, see if she pumps. No. That's a big fat no, people. No, it does not pump. It is not working. Not working at all. And I know I've got power, a ground, and a signal down there because I've already checked the other side of the plug. So how big a disappointment is this, huh? Does not work. So I gotta message the seller and send this back and then get my money back, and then I guess I gotta go buy a $260 fuel pump. Unless I go with another aftermarket pump like I had. So yep, pretty fucking disappointed. So I've messaged the seller, and we're going to see what we're going to do, but for 127 bucks, I'm getting my money back or something on this deal, because, you know, maybe if it was a $10, $15, $20 part, I might just eat it, but I might be able to switch the wires around and get it to work, but I don't know what wires go to what under there, under that cap on the fuel pump. So until he messages me back and tells me what we're going to do, then I guess I'll just run on the old limit switch for idle and just see what we're going to do. But 260 bucks is a friggin' butt ton of money for me to spend, especially on my Helix, which, you know, I'd love to put a Honda fuel pump in it. It'd be freaking great, but I think I found one that said it was an original, 165 bucks on eBay, but this time I'm going to make double sure that it's Honda part. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'll update the video in a little bit. Peace out. Alright, so I messaged the seller on the fuel pump, and he messaged me back, well, I will send you a new one right away. So I guess he's going to send me another one, and we'll see if that one works. I think if I can switch some wires around, I might be able to get that to work. But if, for say, the new one, the next one comes in and it works, and I look on that wiring and see that it's different from the other one that he sent me, well, then I can switch some wires and maybe have two fuel pumps. So I don't know. I'm not really going to jack with that one yet. I was going to try to do some experiment moving wires and shit, but I want to wait and see what this other one does, if it works or not, like I say, with the wires. So I am going to go back to hooking my fuel pump up with the switch. The switch and the fuel pump that I got in it. And I'm hoping that gets me to work for another week. So prayers on that one. Hopefully I can make it back and forth to work, because that's another thing. If I get stranded somewhere in between here and there, it's not gonna be good either. So pray that the luck goes good, but I'll keep you informed on the fuel pump. Peace out. Okay, so spoiler alert, the second fuel pump that he sent me did not work either. So, and he refunded my money, and I don't have to send them back. So we're going to do some experiment, and I'm going to find out, is this thing wired wrong? Is the ground in the right spot? I don't know how to figure out what is power and ground on this side, the fuel pump side. I'm going to test my wires coming out of my bike side and see what I've got. I know that this lower one down here is power key on, because that's what I've been using for my fuel pump. This one comes on light voltage with the CDI box, and I do believe that one over there is ground. So I'm checking here. We'll check this to see which is ground on this one, and make sure the ground is in the right place first. It's the easiest to do. So I've got a power probe. I know a lot of you don't have one of these to test stuff. This is a mechanic's best friend. Could be worst nightmare too if you send power to the wrong thing. This also is a multimeter. I mean, yes, it's a snap-on, so it's supposedly fancy, but as long as you've got the DC volts and the ohms, you can do all this test. You don't have to have a big fancy voltmeter. So let's do some checking here. Okay, the key is off right as of this point. So obviously we shouldn't have anything. Oh, got a ground there now. That's a ground. That's a ground. So they're all grounds now that it's keys off. Turn the key on. I got power there. Still a ground there. And a ground there. Okay? So now we're going to start the bike and see if this changes to a power. Well, you can see it's over voltage for this. That didn't like that at all. Okay, is it still a ground? Yeah. So how much voltage is going through that damn thing? Alright, so get a voltmeter, put it to 20 volts. Okay. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the results. You're not going to be able to see the results of this, the way I've got this set up, I don't think. Oh, and by the way, my switch broke off and catastrophic on that. So, alright, we're going to ground this on the ground side. So we get a ground. You got no voltage. .02 volts. So I wonder why my power probe would say over voltage. That's only .02 volts. Alright, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to check this thing. Alright, so we're going to set this to the beepy one. It'll make a sound whenever you get continuity. So, we're going to go on the side of it. Let's see if we can get you a little bit of view here. We're going to go each one. Nope. 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 There's my ground right there. This one is ground. So, if I plug that in, that is ground. According to the plug down there. So, these two are the ones in question here. Alright, so I got the ground is going to the right place. Yellow with green. So I don't know how to figure out. Okay, so I am working with these two right here for the got no resistance there, no resistance on the other one either. Okay, these two, the black and the yellow, have got resistance when I put those together. Let's see about the red. See, the red does nothing. Ground. Ground does nothing. It's just these two. Wait a minute. Maybe I was touching the... Yep, I was touching the two. I was touching the two leads together, so... None of my other ones have continuity. If I put them together. So I don't know. I may split this deal open here and see what is inside of here. I mean, it's free and I own it, so might as well cut it open and see what makes it tick. Because I'm thinking it's a good pump. It's just wired wrong. I think it's just wired wrong. And now that I've tested that with my power probe and got that message, I'm going to hook my original fuel pump up and make sure it clicks and makes noise. Because I do have one coming from Honda. I went into the Honda dealer and told him the problems I'm having. He told me that a factory Honda filter was $303. So, wow. I don't know. Can't do that. But he said that he offers a aftermarket fuel pump that is guaranteed, lifetime guarantee, and he said good luck with them. And it's a Honda dealer, so I'm going to take his word for it. I ordered it today, probably 3 or 4 days. I'll have it, and I'll do the video on putting it on and hooking it up and all that. But for right now, I need to hook this factory fuel pump up and see if it makes noise or anything, and make sure I didn't fuck something up with testing these wires. So as far as this goes, I'm going to split this open, look, see what's inside, see what I see. Other than that, I'm not sure on these. I wish that I could figure out a way to repin them and get it to work, because if I could, then I would do a video on it and everybody would watch it, because people buy these things all the time and they do not work. And I think it's a wiring issue. Okay, so I've hooked the factory fuel pump up, and of course the problem with it was it wouldn't pump enough fuel. So I did start it, turned it on, and I got little spurts of fuel coming out of the fuel line. So as you can see, it's all wet. It still works, so I didn't fuck anything up with testing that wire. But the aftermarket, I don't want to install that thing with the wires switched around and fuck something up on the bike side, especially since I have a fuel pump on its way. So I think for now we're going to halt and decease, whatever you want to call it, and from here I'm going to split that plastic thing off that fuel pump and see what's under there, just for shits and giggles, you know what I'm saying? Just check it out. So that's the fuel pump dilemma so far, and I'm contemplating on making another switch plate from my other fuel pump that's on it, so I can get a couple of days of getting to work. But at this point I'm tired of dealing with it. One of the wires fell off on my way home from work, and I was doing 65 down a road, and 2-lane, had to veer over after a car passed me, then had curb everywhere, and finally found a split in the curb just before I ended up stopping. So I got lucky, but I don't want to get stranded in between here and work. I need work to make money. So, alright, so that's the dilemma. I think I will film when I cut that open. I'll show you what's underneath, and we'll just look at it and see what I see, I guess. So, it's up there. Please subscribe, and we're gonna get this fuel pump figured out. So, stay tuned. Alright, so after dremeling it and getting the friggin' case off finally, I found circuit board. Got some kind of switch deal here, and I'm pretty sure that the two white wires are going to the motor, but I'm not electrical genius. I'm not sure on circuit boards, so guess what? We're not effing with it. I don't want to burn anything up on my bike trying to rig something up, especially when I got a new one coming. So there you have it, people. That's what's inside of your aftermarket fuel pump that you get off eBay. If you know circuit boards, maybe you can figure it out. Which one needs power, which one needs ground. Well, we know which one needs ground, but which one needs power and which one needs that signal from the CDI box. And what the hell does that do, huh? You know what I'm saying? So, we're going to leave it until we get the new fuel pump. And I'm going to wrap this video up. And then I'm going to do a video on installing the fuel pump. So, I mean, mine even said on it, well, I don't have the box and stuff out here. I already showed you already. Made in Japan. The guy said it was OEM. I mean, you just can't trust eBay sometimes. Some things come through, some things do not. So, aftermarket fuel pumps, not good. So, what I'm going to do is when I get the one from Honda, which was only $100, and once I get that from Honda, I will show you the part number and what it is and all of that stuff, so that you can go to a Honda dealer and buy a fuel pump. And of course, hopefully this one works, but I'm pretty confident coming from a Honda dealer that a Honda dealer is not going to sell me a junk fuel pump. So that'll be the next video, and the things that we deal with the helix. So, alright, peace out. Once again, you know what to do. Subscribe, like, give me a comment, let me know. I'll talk to you soon.